What you want, when you want it, where you want it. This is The Mesh.
Hey, I'm Amy Chang. I'm a nationally board certified health and wellness coach, and this is Healthy AF. In this podcast, I'll be bringing you all things health, from the newest health strategies to how to tackle those personal roadblocks that just will not let you move forward. So buckle in. We're going to be inspired and instructed, and dadgum, we're going to have a little fun on Healthy AF. Hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Healthy AF. I'm so glad to be here today. This is the fourth episode in our self-care during the summer. How to keep your sanity when your structures leave you, your schedule leaves you, and you're around a lot more people than you might be used to. So this episode is all about connection. Now, you think about the summer and you think about like, well, wait, I'm super connected because my kids are home from school, or my kid is home from college, or I've got vacation time that I can actually be with my spouse, and I really enjoy that. We hope. And so you think about family time. Maybe you're visiting relatives, having a reunion. Maybe you're all down meeting at the beach, and you feel that connectivity. And also, some of your normal structured connectivity might be suffering. So I want to pull out that connectivity piece. As we've started our summer, I've had some time with my mom. I've had a family beach trip. I've had, long story short, a lot of structural changes in how I normally roll. I've missed my gym time. I've missed some of my 12-step meeting time. And because everybody else in my life who also is sort of a standard fixture in my life is also living their summer, I've missed out on some of those standard times too. And I wanted to just take a moment to point out and bring our focus to, wait, what are the connectivity structures that I have in my life that kind of fall to the wayside during the summer? And how can I pull those back in so that I keep the connections that I have in my everyday life and still enjoy the connections that I have in my once a year I see you at the beach family reunion life? This became very apparent to me a couple of days ago. Mom and I had come home from the beach, and as you've heard in other podcasts, she had a fall at the beach. So we have been pretty glued together since then, and we have come home from the beach. And I noticed that finally on Sunday night, I just felt itchy. I'm just going to say itchy. I was irritable and cranky and had no reason to be irritable and cranky. We'd come home from the beach. I had gotten a few days rest. Mom continues to just get better and better and better and better, more and more and more independent. I become less afraid for her to be independent, and everything is going well. Why am I so itchy? And then it dawned on me. I had not spoken to any of the people that I speak to in my regular life on a regular basis. And I was missing them. I felt isolated and alone. Now, I had been with my family the whole week. I have seen two of my children. One of my baby child is in Spain, so we're missing her until the 21st. But I had seen both of my children a lot. I'd been near my mom, my aunt, my cousin, his wife, their two kids, his best friend, and his three kids. So I've had a lot of opportunity to be around a lot of people. But I was missing feeling like I was in my world. I missed my world. I have a friend that I talk to every day, Monday through Friday. And that is an intentional phone call. You may have heard me talk about that before. She and I both expressed, wow, the phone feels so heavy. Doesn't the phone feel so heavy when you need to talk to someone and you know you need to talk to someone or you're struggling in some way? That phone feels so heavy to pick up and call a friend. So we decided we would call each other every day. And we had very clear boundaries about it. If it's a 5-minute call, fine. If it's a 20-minute call, if it doesn't get picked up, it gets left on voicemail. It doesn't matter. The whole thing is to practice picking up the phone. And that has become a real joy and a deep connection for me in my life. So when we took out all those structures, my daily call friend, Christina, actually had some trips she needed to do. So that week I didn't speak to her. And then I went to the beach with the medical emergency and all the family. And I didn't talk to her. And it had been almost 2 weeks since I had that specific connectivity to my life, not my life as a daughter, not my life as a family member, my life as Amy Chang. That's self-care. And I didn't have that. And I realized, like, wow, I really miss having a phone conversation with my friend. I also miss my gym people. You know, my gym schedule has been way wackadoodle since I've been out of town and in town and sort of taking care of mom a little bit. And I missed my gym people. I don't know if they missed me or not, but I miss them. So those normal ways we connect with people, that when we leave that schedule, those connections go too. I remember as a young mom, it was the connections that we'd see when we dropped off the kids. You know, just that 5-10 minute conversation, maybe that coffee cup. It was when all the young moms used to drop off the kid at preschool and school and then show up at the gym at that specific time. And we all got that specific hour. We were doing our own thing, but we could see each other. We knew each other well just by, you can tell a lot by the way somebody works out. You can tell if they're having a struggle day. And then there might be that little tiny conversation, or like you can tell if somebody has a really strong day, and then you can like have the communal joy of like, what, you killed that, right? Just those little pockets of structured time that bring us connectivity to other people that we might not think of as primary people in our lives. In my life right now, my children and my mom and my dogs are my primary people. I have a lot of people who are around me and who love me, but they wouldn't maybe be my primary people. But those people and the connectivity with those people on a regular basis is so important. And all that shifts when we're in summer. So take a minute. Make a list of your people. In fact, I'd even encourage you to start with some circles or rings. And in that first ring is you. Just you. Not you as a mom, you as a wife, you as a daughter, you as a worker, you as a gym goer, you as a church member. Just you. And then open that up. Who's on your second ring? It might be that daily phone call. It might be that very best friend. It might be your children or your spouse or your parents or your siblings. And then open that up again. Who's on that ring? Look at who you interact with on the daily. And I can tell you this. There are people that I interact with on a regular basis that I do not know. And the connectivity with those people help me feel grounded and connected and a sense of belonging. Now, when I moved to Wilmington, my life was in a very transitional time. I've talked about that a lot. And I was down here all by myself, and that was tough. So I'd get on my bike and ride. And I've said many times that those people on the loop, which is a sort of like walking loop, concrete loop around a park down here in Wrightsville Beach that everybody goes to, right? And you see the same people going. If you go at 8 a.m., you're going to see all the 8 a.m. walkers and runners. If you go at 6, you're going to see all the 6 a.m. walkers and runners. Those people helped me find a sense of grounding, belonging, connection. So there's one guy. There's one guy down here, and he lives like on the 3rd floor of one of these houses that has, 3 floors or whatever. He's always on the 3rd floor porch. I'll say that. So when I'm riding my bike down to the beach at 6 o'clock in the morning on the weekends, I'll look up and see him on that 3rd floor, sitting in his bathrobe, having his coffee. And I always say, "Good morning." And he, in a very loud, booming voice, "Good morning." Well, one time, and this happens, regularly, but not all summer long. So there came a time that I had not seen this guy for like 4 weeks. And I was beside myself. I wondered, he's an older gentleman. I didn't know if something had happened to him. And there was a car down at the bottom of that house one day when I passed by, and I actually pulled over and said, "Hey, there's this dude, and he always says good morning, and I haven't seen him in a while. Is he okay?" And the people there were like, "Girl, this is a timeshare. He's only here at certain times. And when he's here, he's got a Tar Heel flag flying out on the 3rd floor." It's tiny, itty bitty things like that that can help us feel connected. Where's my coffee drinking, robe wearing gentleman with the Tar Heel flag? It feels good. And when I travel a lot, and even when I'm with my friends and family and my like inner circles, I miss those bigger, more vague connections. Those connections are to me. They're not to me as Maggie's mom or Sharon's daughter or as a health coach. They're to me. Another example that I really have been slack on lately is breakfast with a friend. I've talked many times that I established weekly breakfast with a friends, and we'll just pick a random friend. Sometimes I have to text like 5, 6, 7, 8 friends. "Hey, can anybody meet me at Drift, at Wednesday at 8:45? And we literally have an hour. It's not an all day breakfast. It's we're going to go, we're going to meet, we're going to catch up. We're just going to connect and then move on. And I've noticed that breakfast with a friend is one of the first things that goes when my schedule gets uprooted. Well, now we've got 3 months of uprooted schedule, and it is not okay for me to miss out on that much connection. It doesn't take care of me, just me and my little circle. I need those connectivities. I need the women who sit behind me at church. And they were not there this Sunday. And then I did see them coming into the service after mine. So I appropriately harassed them and welcomed them to church. I need that. And I think you probably do too. It gives us a sense of who we are. So let's focus in on the places you connect with people this summer that might get lost as we are all traveling, as we are all having so much fun in connecting with our families and our loved ones. Let's not forget those personal connections that are specific just for you, because that's self-care too. I would encourage you now to start making a list. Now, we did in the first podcast make a list of all your solitary times, which I loved because they too are those little things that you don't miss until they're gone. And then you're like, why do I feel so itchy, cranky, nasty? And it's, well, you hadn't had these little times, a quiet coffee, a quiet walk with the dog. You haven't had those times. I would encourage us all to look at those little things that nourish us that get kind of swept away and lost in the summer. So you've got a column for solitary times, and you've got a column for connectivity. Is it the barista? Who is it that gives you a sense of connectivity and structure and sanity in your normal life? Give yourself some grace. Lots of it, and everybody else too, because it's summer, which is so fun. But we're going to have to be focused on keeping ourselves taken care of so we don't lose ourselves and have to find ourselves back in September. All right, you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time on Healthy AF. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Healthy AF podcast. I hope that it has helped you create a new possibility for your health and sets you into action to go get it. If you want more information or if you want to connect with me, visit my website at myhealthylife.coach. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that each new Healthy AF episode will be sent directly to you. Let's take you from where you are to where you want to go.
You've been listening to The Mesh, an online media network of shows and programs ranging from business to arts, sports to entertainment, music to community. All programs are available on the website as well as through iTunes and YouTube. Check us out online at themesh.tv. Discover other network shows and give us feedback on what you just heard.